today is solving radical equation. And I explain this one using many examples. Example number one, solve the equation. Square root x equals 4. To solve these equations, I need to eliminate the square. How to do this one? To eliminate the square, you need to use the exponents and you need to exponentiate the equation according to the order of the root. For example, because I have square root, I need to exponentiate to square. For example, when I get this, you exponentiate in the both sides to square. And the square root to square is x, you eliminate the square, and 4 squared is 16, and you find the solution. X equals 16. Another example, example number 2. I have this problem. A square root x plus 1 equals 7. Remember, to eliminate the square, you need to exponentiate to square because the order of the root is square. And now, exponentiate to square, you eliminate the root, and you get inside of the root, and 7 squared is 49, and you have the solution. Now here, when you get to square, when you exponentiate, you cancel this with the root, and you have x plus 1, like this here. And a 7 squared is 49. Now, you move 1 to another side. This one is adding. When you move to another side, you use the inverse operation, is subtracting. And the answer is 48. But now, in every problem with radical equations, you need to check the possible solutions. Now, checking now, I gotta check the solution 48. Is 48 is a correct solution? You substitute 48 on the value of the x, because x, you change the value of the x by 48. You plug in here, you substitute the x by the possible answer. 48 plus 1 is 49, and the square root of 49 is 7. Because 7 is equal to 7, I conclude that the solution is 48, is the solution I'm finding here. Another example. Example number 3. I need to insulate the radical expression. I need to insulate the radical expression. How to do this one? I move 3 to the side because I need to insulate the expression with the radical expression. I need to insulate this one. Now, when you move 3 to another side, because 3 is adding, when you move to another side, subtracting, you're using the inverse operation. And I 6 minus 3, 6 minus 3 is 3, and now you exponentiate again to square. You exponentiate to square. You cancel this root. We cancel with this 2. You get 2x minus 3. Negative. This 3 is subtracting to this side, and when you move to another side, you use the inverse operation. You add it, and 9 plus 3 is 12. And now you divide by 2. You divide here by 2, and you divide here by 2. Okay? And now you cancel this 2 with this 2. You get x, and then 12 divided by 2 is 6. But now that's not the final answer. I need to check if this answer is correct. Is this possible solution? Is correct. We're going to do the check. You substitute the value of the x in the expression. Now it is 2x. You get here x. You change this x by 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. Square root 9 is 3. Plus 3. 6 equals 6. Then the solution is 6. Next. Remember, always you need to eliminate the radical expression. And to eliminate this radical here, to eliminate the root, because the order here is 2 square root, what do you have to do? Exponentiate to square. You exponentiate. Now when you exponentiate, this is 2 square and x 2 square. And now you cancel this 2 with the square root, and you have 2x plus 8 equal x squared. And I have now quadratic equation. X squared, this is positive, this is positive here, and when you move to another side, is subtracting. A is adding, when you move to another side, is subtracting. And I have the quadratic equation, and I need to solve this quadratic equation. How to solve the quadratic equation? Exist many methods to solve quadratic equation. You can use factoring, you can use perfect square, you can use quadratic formula. In my channel you can see a faster way to solve quadratic equation. I recommend you to watch this video. It's excellent video, and I explain to you how to find the solution of quadratic equation. Very, very simple and very, very fast, and I'm gonna use now. What I'm gonna do, I move A to the left side, because A is negative. When I move to this side, it's gonna be positive. What I'm gonna do now, pay attention. If you don't understand this one, if you don't understand what I get at this one, I recommend you to watch the video quadratic equation in my channel. Explain everything. What I'm gonna do, I select this number, the coefficient of the x, I divide by 2 always, and I change the sign. Now, negative 2 divide by 2 is negative 1, but I change the sign, is positive. Plus and minus, A is A, and you get now this number, 2 squared, 1 squared is 1. Now 1 squared is 1. This is the square here. 1 squared is 1. Then x is equal 1 plus 8 plus 1 is 9. And the square root 9 is 3. Now I have two possible solutions. 1 plus 3 is going to be 4, or 1 minus 3 is going to be negative 2. Two possible solutions. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to check. Combine, I need to check every possible solution. Always, you have to check. I substitute 4 in the original equation. You change the x by 4. You change the x, you change this x, you change the x by 4. 2 4 is a plus 2 times 4 is a plus a is 16, and the square root 16 is 4. 4 is equal 4, then 4 is solution. Now I'm going to change with negative 2. Substitute negative 2. 2 substitute by negative 2 dx. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus a. Remember, you substitute the x by negative 2. You substitute the x by negative 2 here, and you substitute by x by negative 2. And now, what is the square root for? 2. And 2 is different than negative 2. Then, the possible solution, negative 2, really is no solution. Only one solution. And the solution is 4, because negative 2 do not satisfy the equation. Another example. Example 5. I have 2 squared on the right and the left side and the right side. I go directly to exponentiate to square. Square on the both sides, you eliminate the radical, and now you solve the linear equation. Move 4x to the left side, move 3 to the right side. Remember, when you move one term to the different side, you do the inverse operation. 3 is adding. When you move to another side, you subtract. 4 is positive here. When you move to another side, it's negative. 2x minus 4x, negative 2x. In negative 3 minus 1, negative 4. Now you divide by negative 2, and the solution is 2. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is 2. I'm going to check. Always you need to check. Always. Substitute 2, you change the x by 2. 2 times 2 plus 3, 4 times 2 here. 4, you substitute the x by 2, and you substitute the x by 2. 4, 2 times 2, 4 plus 3. 4 times 2 is 8 minus 1. And the square root 7 is equal to square root 7. The possible solution 2 satisfies the equation. Finally, the solution is 2. Next example, number 8. I have this one. Remember, in this kind of problem, I need to isolate one of the radical expressions. Then I'm going to move now. I'm going to move these expressions because I need to isolate one of the radical expressions. I'm going to isolate this one. Then I need to move this radical expression to the right side. Because it's negative, when I move to another side, it's positive. You do the inverse operation. That's isolate. Isolate because I leave this radical expression in one side. What am I going to do now? Square. Square, and all this square, exponentiate to square. When you do, you eliminate this with this one, and now you have 5x minus 6, 5x minus 6. And now in this expression, I'm going to use the perfect square expression, this one. Then, using this a plus b squared, you suppose that this is a, and all of this is b, okay? Now I got a squared is 3 squared, plus 2, is 2 here, 2a is 3, and b is the square root, plus the second term, b is all the radical, all of this to square. Now 3 squared is 9, 2 times 3 is 6, okay? And now you cancel this with this, and you have x plus 3. Now I'm going to group like term. 6 and 3, I'm sorry, 9 and 3, 12. And when you move to another side, it's negative 12. And 6 in this side, and I move x. I move the x to the left side because x here is adding. I move to another side, subtracting. And now 5x minus x is 4x. 6 minus 12 is negative 6. What am I going to do now? Exponential again, because I want to eliminate the radical expression. Exponential it again. Now, exponential it again. I use again the perfect square. It is this square minus 2 times, because you have a 2 here, 2, 4x times 6. You get an a times b, plus 6 squared. And now 6 squared, this 6 to square is 36. And now you cancel this with these 2, and you get x plus 3. And then do it again. 4x squared is 16x squared. 2 times 4, 8 times 6, 48. 6 squared is 36. You distribute the property here. 36 times x is 36. And 36 times 3 is 108. And now, that's the same expression. I move the x to the left side. You do, and a 108 to the left side. And now finally I have this equation is quadratic equation again. But I see 16, 84, and 72 can be divided by 4. To simplify my work, I divide by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 84 divided by 4 is 21. And 72 divided by 4 is 18. This is a quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. Move 18 to the left side, to the right side. Divide 21 by 2 by 4 to get a 1 here. Divide by 4. It's like this. And you simplify. Divide by 2 here is 9. Simplify. And divide by 2 here is 2. You got a 9 over 2. Okay. Now remember, when I watch the video, I recommend it to see. You want to visual solve quadratic equation in my channel. You understand what are you doing? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Yeah, I select this term. Select this term. And I divide by 2. When you divide 21 by 2, 21 over 4 divided by 2 is 21 over 8. And you change the sign. If this is negative, now it's going to be here positive. Plus and minus. You have 9 over 2. This is 9 over 2. You get a 9 over 2 here. Plus this number 2 squared. Now 21 squared is 441. A squared is 64. And now you add these two. You add it. 729 divided by 64. The square root 729 is 27. The square root 64 is 8. Now I have now two solutions. 21 plus 27 is 48. Divided by 8 is 6. And another solution is 21 minus 27 is negative 6 divided by 8. Now the possible solution is x equals 6 and x equals negative 3 over 4. This is a possible solution, but another solution yet. I need to check. Remember, the possible solution is 6 and negative 3 over 4. Substitute on the original equation. Substitute 6 on the original equation. 5 times 6, 30, plus 6, 36. 6 plus 3, 9. Square root 36 is 6. The square root 9 is 3. Then 3 is equal to 3. Then this is the solution. Substitute now negative 3 over 4 in the value of the x. Substitute. Negative 5 times negative 3, 15 divided by 4 minus 3 over 4 plus 3. You do the operation here. You do the operation. And now square root 9 over 4 minus square root 9 over 4 is 0. And 0 is different than 3. Then does not satisfy my equation. Only one solution, x equals 6. Thank you very much to watch this video, and I will see you next time. Have a beautiful time. Thank you very much.